Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
These are the dark holes I fell into this week. Hey, what's up, guys? We're in a little bit of a different space today. I had to rent an office space to do the pod. I'm on the road. This is how it goes sometimes. I'm going to talk softer because there's a little bit of an echo in here, and I don't want the echo to get picked up too much. So the softer I talk, the less there's going to be an echo. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get into it. I'm a little caffeinated today. The caffeine has been getting back in my system, and it's revving me up, dude. Okay. So let's see. It's gonna sound a little ASMR-y, I guess. That's what we're gonna go for today. A little fucking ASMR, dude. Don't have my open. There's a whiteboard in here, though. Look at that, fucking cool, huh? The whiteboard's cool. We're just writing some shit up there. Okay, yeah, because we wrote dark holes on the whiteboard. Okay, yeah, today the dark holes we fell into this week, we got a bang play. So, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Lily Phillips, her exuberant, not Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue, her extremely impressive acts have now impacted the culture in such a way that people are now starting to make pieces of art extended from her art. That's how you know that you're an icon. That's how you know you're a motherfucking icon, because we talked about her getting banned off of OnlyFans last week, and there has not been an update on that recently. She's probably stressing. I'd be stressing if I was her. We went, if you guys didn't see last week's episode, go watch last week's episode, because we covered all that kind of stuff. Then we got, what do we have next? Then we got, a dude who was stealing flights. He stole about 120 flights, and I'm kind of on his side. And then our title write-in is fucking hell, dude, we're all over the place. Our title write-in is I found out my Tinder date is still very much married. Going to see if I can get $$ out of him. Oh, we got an extortion case on the fucking podcast, guys. Podcast fans are extorting people for cold hard cash. All today on Dark Holes. Okay. Yeah, so there's a gangbang play. This gangbang play, it's being made by what's her name? Izzy Knowles, potentially from the Beyonce family. Who knows? I did try to find whether or not she was part of the Beyonce family, and then by that I mean type her name and then type in Beyonce, and then nothing really concrete came up. But we're gonna say maybe on that. But she's making a play called Body Count. This play is going to be at the Edinburgh Festival. I think it's the Edinburgh Fringe Fest. It's going to be running from July 30th. So this sounds like an ad. I just wanted this is the info for this thing. It's not an ad. We're not sponsored by Izzy Knowles on the Body Count play. That's not what's going on. I'm just giving you guys the info if you want to go see this play. I'm not going to go see it because it's in fucking Scotland. I'm not going to fly to Scotland to see a play about a gangbang. I want to see a gangbang. I fucking pull it up on the old Reddit, dude. That's probably where you get the best gangbangs, I would say. Reddit porn is just so good. It's so good because it's so finely curated. And that's what the algorithms don't. The algorithms are missing. All the algorithms focus on is attention, what keeps you locked in. And what keeps me locked in and paying attention isn't always quality. And that's what my big problem with like modern, I've been off my phone, dude. My screen time has been halved. I halved my screen time. I have, and most of my screen time isn't on social media anymore. It's on like, I don't know, I write on my phone, I write jokes on my phone. My phone's open right now. I'm actually going to close it. So we get accurate screen time numbers on there. But it's stuff like this, like when I'm like working on stuff. And most of my enjoyment screen time is like video games now, which I don't consider that's not social. Social media is trying to like manipulate you, get a reaction from you, and like people are trying to fuck with your head and shit because they're like, oh, that's what keeps people engaged is weird shit saying weird shit to a person, saying weird shit, going like, oh, you're these are the top 10 reasons you're gonna lose your job, and you're like, what? I didn't even know I'm gonna lose my job. Why? These are the top 10 reasons AI is gonna kill your family. And you're like, what? It's killing my family? What? And then you get all stressed about all that stuff. And that's no good. That's no good. Oh, are we recording? That's always my biggest stress when I'm doing these solos. Why can't I see my mouse? There we go. We are recording. But anyways, oh no, now I need to get my notes back up. But anyways, my point is, guys, that my point is that I'm off. What is my point? That I'm off the phone, the body count, oh yeah, Reddit. Oh, Reddit porn. See, the dark holes are sometimes literal, and they're literal weird. I guess not literal. They're figurative, but in different ways. Because I'm not actually going inside like a dark tunnel or something, or digging a hole in the ground. But it's figurative and different. Sometimes it's figurative, like, what is this weird internet wormhole we're going down? Sometimes the dark holes are in my mind, and I get lost in my own skull, dude. But yeah, the Reddit porn, guys, it has that human touch that the algorithm doesn't have. The algorithm just cares about how long you look. That's the main thing it gives a fuck about. And how long you look doesn't always equate to quality of content. But the human touch, which AI might figure out eventually. I'm not saying AI won't get there, but right now that human touch that Reddit has, that upvoting human touch of like, no, you need to nut to this, not because it kept you scrolling and clicking and you were looking around for the perfect moment. It kept you on the video too long, and maybe it had an exciting hook or something. It's because it titillated your balls in your body. It titillated your nuts in the inside of you and the inside of your core. It made you jizz so hard. It made you feel like someone was forcing the jizz from inside of your balls out. You feel like it was almost being magically reverse pulled out of your nuts through the head of your dick. That's why the Reddit porn is so good, guys. But anyways, this Izzy Knowles. So yeah, she's making this play called Body Count about what Bonnie Blue has been up to. Oh, I don't have my headphones on. That's a big... The headphones are important to being locked in. I got to be able to hear what's going on in my fucking headphones, guys. But yeah, so she's making this play about what Bonnie Blue has been going through. It's about a lady who is trying to bang 1,000 dudes, and she didn't say what the time frame is. And if it's at the Edinburgh Fringe, I'm assuming it's going to have some comedic tone to it. Now, that's all fun and good. Will the play be good? Who knows? But I've seen like several videos, comedy little sketches about Bonnie Blue's multi-dude gangbangs. A lot of memes about that. Probably the most famous one was, do you want to go first in 100 dudes versus a gorilla, or do you want to go last in the Bonnie Blue 1000? That was funny. But how many memes did you see about Kanye West's new album, Cuck or Bully or whatever the fuck that there was like 2, and then the name got switched or whatever? None. Zero. How many plays? Zero, dude. Now, I'm not saying that Kanye West doesn't have an impact on the culture. He absolutely does. Is he fading a little bit? Yeah, I think everyone's getting a little tired of Kanye West, of his antics. He's like, look at what I'm doing. I'm crazy. I'm wearing a Ku Klux Klan uniform now. Ooh. And we're like, yeah, okay. You're some rich dude who's like, I guess you have some brain injury from a car accident. And we're kind of like, it's just like, whatever. You're just kind of like, yeah, get over it. It's just not like, it was shocking at first. Getting an iced out swastika was shocking at first, but now it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, what do you do next? He has to, like he said, he sucked his cousin's dick a bunch, and that was kind of shocking. I guess he went the gay angle. Gay was shocking, but then it was like we forgot about it. We're like, it's over. It's like, is it? I don't know. You have to like maybe murder, killing someone would get you. But it's like, how far do you take it, dude? Maybe the shocking thing now would be to like go clean slate. Maybe you go like, okay, no, I'm actually a good person now, and I don't do anything crazy, and I'm back to God. He did the back to God thing before with the Jesus is King. Maybe he goes back to God and he goes like, I repent. Maybe you repent and become good and like shave your head and like be like holy. Maybe that's shocking. And then people go, oh my God, we love Kanye again. And he goes, hey, everything I said was wrong. I don't know. Anyways, my point about that is that Bonnie Blue has a bigger impact on the culture right now than Kanye West. That's what my point is. Now, I have said on this podcast many times before that I do not believe that the 1,000 dude gangbang actually happened. And what I would like to say on that is I still do stand by that 100%. I do not think that it actually happened. But that makes it even more impressive, guys. Even more impressive. We have this chick who potentially pulled the wool over our eyes, claimed to do the largest sex stunt ever in human history, convinced everyone it was real. It wasn't real. We all brought it up. She got all these headlines. She got all this money. She's now reverberating through the culture. People are making plays and TikToks and memes about her. She's a cultural icon, whether you like it or not. She is a cultural icon, whether you like it or not. Even if she did lie, that's what makes it more impressive. She's like, I didn't even fucking do it, and you guys bought it. This is like the 9/11 of porn stunts. Inside job. Convince everyone that it was this, whatever. There's some sort of logic there. Now that I'm trying to explain it, maybe because 9/11 did happen, but it didn't happen the way we thought it happened. Or did it happen the way we thought it happened? Who knows? Am I a 9/11 conspiracy theorist? I know nothing about some of the, every now and again it gets in my algorithm and I watch one video, I go, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of the 9/11 truther algo. I can't live in here. No, because it's all like, is that going to be my personality after? What am I going to fucking dig for the truth? Get off it, dude. I want to play the newest Doom. I haven't played the newest Doom yet. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I'm going to find out, did George Bush do 9/11? Sure. Did it look like a controlled demolition? Sure. We got the 9/11 true thing off of Bonnie Blue's Gangbang. We're fucking cooking today, dude. We're cooking. I'm not going to dig it up because I'm like, I got other shit to do, man. I want to learn like woodworking. I've never been hunting. I would like to do that. That seems like it would be to get your own food. That seems like a good skill. That's a good skill to have, I think. Yeah. Go hunting. Shoot a deer. I don't want to shoot a deer though. Not because I'm like not because like I love deer or something like that, but just because I don't want to eat a bunch of that. What's it like? Is there like a cow ass animal I can shoot? Like, what's it close? If I shoot an elk, does that taste more like cow? Then, because I'm just like, I don't want to fucking eat deer, venison, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like so gamey and shit. And I'm just like, I don't want to eat that every meal, but I would love to, like, not every meal, but multiple times a week. I don't think that's on the table for me. But elk, is that more cowish? What's the most cowish animal I can blast and gobble? That's what I want. I want the most cowish animal that I can kakoosh and then eat up, dude. Also, on this wondrous realization that Bonnie Blue is one of our biggest cultural icons currently, I think Bonnie and Lily, as far as I know, and I am pretty well versed in the space, they are the first two titans from the UK that have been able to make themselves known in the space in this big of a way. Like, they're the two biggest names in the space right now, right? Both from overseas. traditionally, this space has been dominated by the United States of America. I'm trying to think of, there was a one Canadian, August Ames, I think, or August Falls. I think it was August Ames. She was gorgeous. She climbed the ranks and became one of the. She could have been like a Lana Rhoades level star, 100%, 100%. But then she did very sadly take her own life. And so I think that was our biggest Canadian prospect. Which is, yeah, shout out to the champ, to one of probably the Canadian GOAT. You'll be missed. I wish you were still here. But man, that got dark. Jesus Christ. That's not what the dark and dark hole stands for. That got kind of depressing. Okay, let's get back on track. But yeah, we got like Jenna Jameson, Adriana Chechik, Mila Maklova, Lana Rhoades. Who's that tiny one? I can never remember her fucking name. Nikki or Vicky or Ricky or some shit like that. Also, I have allergies right now. My nose is going crazy, guys. Fuck, how can I not remember her name? She's like one of the biggest dudes, biggest porn stars of all time. And she's like tiny. She was running like neck and neck with Lana Rhoades. But anyways, they're all American. All of them have been American, and this is the first time that UK has really been able to make a big splash in the space and go and shoot for like they've obviously had like we've obviously seen English porn stars do well enough, but and none that I'm like I can't even think of like some top 10. The only one who's like, I guess not from overseas, who's like a top 10 star is Australian. And that's of course, what the fuck? How am I forgetting her name? Huge tits. White. Black hair. Fuck. How can I not remember her name, dude? Okay, this is gonna fucking bug me so bad. She's literally the number one right now. Australian porn star. Australian porn stars. Top Australian porn stars. Red blood? What the fuck is red blood? Top Australian porn stars. No, give me the number one. Give me the number one. Let's go all the way down to the number one, because there's only one who's not. Angela White. Angela White. Duh. How could I not fucking remember her name? But yeah, Angela White is the one I think of when I go like, okay, who's the only like non-American? Like, let's look at the Pornhub top porn stars right now. I'm on like, I'm at like a WeWork. I'm going on the WeWork Wi-Fi and going on Pornhub. Wait, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. I forgot I'm at like a fucking WeWork, dude. Oh, well, I can do it on my phone though, because I'm still on like my plan. Look, I'm the smartest guy in town. I'm the smartest dude in town, dude. Okay, let's go here. We're gonna go in here. Let's get to the Pornhub top 10, and none of them are gonna be like non-American. Actually, what's that guy's Jordi El Nino Jordi? He's like Mexican or something like that. I feel like he was in the top 10 for a little bit. Okay, let's go. How do I get hottest in the USA porn stars models? Verified amateurs, top trending porn stars. I think verified porn stars. And then we want by most popular. Oh, actually, there's Ava Elfie, who I think is like Russian or something. She's number one right now. That's Alex Adams. It's a dude at number 2. But then, yeah, Bonnie Blue, Violet Myers is American, Johnny Sins, Bella Danger, Lana Rhoades, Mia Khalifa, Lily Phillips is number 10. Okay, so yeah, these Bonnie Blue ranking up to number 5 again. We've but not as many views. How is Bonnie Blue number 5? And Lily Phillips is number 10 when Lily Phillips has 289 million views, and Bonnie Blue has 154 million views with 54 videos and 57 views. I mean, that many videos. How do these rankings work? Because some people have way more views than other people. Some people are in the billions and ranked lower. Johnny Sins has 2.9 billion views and is ranked lower than some of these ladies. Okay. Well, Riley Reid. That's who I was talking about, who's the little skinny one. She's down to 11 now, but I'm pretty sure she's retired. And then who are some of the up-and-comers? Lexi Luna, I know. I actually shot a video with her. Not that kind of video, guys. Calm down. CeCe Rose. I don't think I've ever watched her. Ray Lil Black. There's Jordy. Corey Chase, of course, know her. Jessica Sodi. Some of these people I don't even know. Don't even know them. You know what? I gotta catch up. I got some work to do, guys. I got some fucking work to do. But yeah, okay. Then I stand a little bit corrected. There are a couple non-Americans who are in there, but it's mostly dominated by Americans. And it's only been the last few years. I guess now with like TikTok and more international influence, we're seeing like things go viral from all over the world, and there's more communication through these platforms. We're seeing international stars pop up in the adult space like we never did before, guys. Okay. I think we're good on that one. So go check out that play if you want to, guys. Let's move on to the next section. What's going on with me, guys? If you guys want the Gas Digital exclusive episode, go to gasdigital.com and use offer code Che. With offer code Che, you can get it's like 10% off or something like that. And then you get access to all the old Gas Digital stuff, all the new Gas Digital stuff, all the other Gas Digital pods. You get a priority on write-ins for this podcast. And you also will get the exclusive episode, which will be out tomorrow, guys. And then if it's past the one... You guys know how time works. It's either already out or it's out tomorrow, depending on how quickly you watch this one. On the Gas Digital exclusive episode this week, we have Anna Knight hospitalized. We got Cody, which is Anna Knight. I don't know if you know, she banged. She's another one of these like gangbang superstars, and she did 583 dudes. A little tidbit about that to get you interested. It was supposed to be 200. 538 or 583 showed up, and she was like, well, then we're gonna do it. You know, some people need to learn when to say no. It's almost triple. You can't, like, you show up to work and you're like, oh, I'm working 6 hours. And they're like, actually, you're working 18. You would go, get the fuck out of here, dude. Then we have Cody Cowboy releases a raccoon into a bar. So this guy is kind of famous in Kentucky and has been doing some wild shit with animals, not in a gross way, but in a hilarious way. And then we have a title write-in for the exclusive episode is a dude pegged by 3 Latinas. I think it was specifically, he said, my girlfriend and her 2 friends all pegged me, was kind of the thing he wrote in about. And we do have a follow-up on that. He gave me more details. I think at the end of the writing, he said something like, I hope they never tell anyone. I'm like, dude, you're literally telling me. Of course, I'm going to keep you absolutely anonymous. But on top of that, it's like, they're telling people. They might not be saying your name. I would hope that they give you at least that much privacy, but they're telling people, dude. All right. Follow me, you fucking idiots. Guys, if you're not following the podcast, hit that follow button, hit subscribe, hit whatever it is. Follow the motherfucking podcast. It costs you nothing, and it helps out the pod a ton. We have our 5-star review of the week. Guys, remember, if you want to leave a 5-star review, you can go onto Apple Podcasts, leave a 5 stars, and then a review, and then it'll get read out here in the pod. If you listen on Spotify, and there isn't the ability to write a review, leave a comment on a video, write 5 stars. If you're on YouTube, some people have started leaving them in the YouTube comments. Leave a 5-star review over there in the YouTube comments. Do all the things. This 5-star review is, I had diarrhea all weekend. This podcast helped relax my quivering anus. 5 out of 5 stars. Wow. We're some sort of like reverse diuretic. If you listen to this podcast while you're having brutal diarrhea, we'll seize you up. I wonder if you listen too much of it, if it constipates you. We'll need more data on that. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I guess there is a chance that you could listen to this podcast into constipation. You might have to not microdose, but control your dose. Use the recommended dose of this podcast, which is 4 recordings a week. That's the recommended dose. Okay. Okay. So my health, where's my health at right now? Well, my allergies are going fucking crazy, and I really, 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 really fucking hate that, dude. My face is itchy, my ears are itchy, my throat is itchy. I haven't had allergies in a long time, but I started living a little loose. I started eating the gluten again, and that always like flares up my allergies really bad. And so I got to get back on track with my eating. My workouts were pretty good last week, not good this week. Because I've just been on the road and all over the place. And I also took all of June off of any type of like touring stuff. So I'm just like visiting family, visiting friends, spend some time on my own. And I'm just really like powering down, and then we'll get back to it in July. I'm still obviously doing the pod and getting all this work and stuff done. But it's been feeling pretty fucking good, honestly, to take a little bit of time for myself. Been feeling pretty good. Then what do we got here? Oh, the Spanish. We've been slacking. I'm not going to lie on that. We've been slacking big time on Spanish. And I got to get back on doing it regularly. Because when I'm doing it every day, I can really see the improvements. I start to see myself get better at my Spanish. And I'm like, just do it every fucking day, dude. And it doesn't have to be like crazy long. Like, do it for like 20 minutes. 15 minutes. Just like I like to go outside, go for a walk, be in the sun, and then do a little Spanish. I've just been slacking. So I got to get back to doing that every day. But I have, because I've been reducing my screen time so much. One thing I think a big place I would pull my comedy from is from the internet. I would like funny videos, funny memes, and like this is my sense of humor was very much crafted by the internet. And I used to just scroll for hours. But like I said, I feel like the internet has been tainted as of recent. Probably maybe about the last 2 years since it's post-COVID. It's post-COVID for sure. It's a post-COVID symptom of the internet, because then everyone got online and everyone was like, hey, we can make money on here. We can make a living on here. We can being like some type of social media person. I mean, I was a comedian, was doing stand-up. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I enjoy the social stuff. I like it because I like making little funny fucking videos and stuff. But, and I love this podcast. That's really fucking good. But, it's all come back to stand up. I've told you guys so many times before, it all comes back to stand up. But that being said, so many people figured out, oh, we got to go. There's, you can go online, and also being online is more stable than a lot of the jobs that are available right now. And so, I think people started committing to that, and then everyone started to get like algorithmically savvy. Oh, that scratching my nose like that feels so good. And so it's like, how do we manipulate the algorithm? How do we get people's watch time up? It's like, okay, well, you need a good hook. That's the first most important part. Okay, what's a good hook? Well, it's something that spikes emotion. And it's like, okay, what spikes emotion? Being like, okay, these are the 3 best ways you can make yourself live better. It's like, okay, well, people, that does spike emotion. People like to live better. Or was it, these are the 3 ways you're killing yourself. And it's like, oh, that fear, that rage. Fear and rage are like you want to hook someone, you get them on that. That's kind of tainted the internet. And so there's so much less just like, oh, all right, we got to reset the cameras. All right, we're back. Okay, basically, what I was getting at, guys, was that I'm getting books. That's what the long a diatribe was about the internet not being, and maybe I'm just old man yelling at the stars. This is my version of old manning. It may be everyone, because I never wanted to be an old man. I never wanted to be they're like, oh, the kids today, what's this music they're listening? This isn't back in my day, music. I said, I'll never be that. But maybe this is just the beginnings of old manning. Maybe I'm just starting to old man, and I'm starting to be like, back in my day, the internet was two chicks shitting in a cup and eating it. That's what it was. It was a guy sitting on a glass jar and it broke in his ass. That's what the internet knew. It wasn't all these rage baits and conspiracy theories and red pills and black pills. It was good old fashioned gore porn. That's what we liked. I think that's me old manning right now. I think I'm old manning. And maybe it's just inevitable. Maybe everyone has to old man. But I'm not gonna old man. I mean, I was going to say I'm not going to old man too vocally. I did just old man vocally on literally a platform that I'm going to put out and share to the public. But maybe that just you will old man. Even if you thought you never would. Even if you thought that you wouldn't old man one day. It just gets you. And that's my version of it. So I am regressing from my internet usage. I am using the internet way less social media. People have been saying the social media is bad. And so I'm starting to agree. And I'm just consuming way less. I bought a book. I got the Zodiac Killer book. I was at a bookstore. I saw it. And I was like, yeah, I want to read more. I've been meaning to read more. Let's pick a book. Let's read through a book. Let's learn about the Zodiac Killer. One thing I was worried about. Hold on. I do want to write that down. That concept that's actually really funny for a joke. That's my version of old manning. That it's like my day, girl. It was the internet. Okay, old man. This is a good bit. In my day, the internet was two girls shitting in a cup, or a guy sitting on a glass jar and it breaking in its ass. Okay, there we go. That's funny. I'm going to expand on that in a bit. But I used to pull a lot of my comedy. My sense of humor came from the internet, the absurdity of the internet. And now I'm not enjoying the internet as much, or at least social media as much, or whatever. There needs to be a new social platform that has no likes and there needs to be no data on it. That's what, no comments, because a big thing comes from comments. I want no comments. No likes, no nothing, no data, no views. You can't even see how many views a thing has. You, the person who puts your shit out there, you should be able to see that shit because that's your information, and you should be able to share that information with like brands and stuff if you want to be able to sell your social media page to do branded content. But the consumer shouldn't be able to see any of that shit. Consumers didn't see fucking ratings of television shows. They didn't get to watch MASH and then fucking leave a review on the episode. This episode sucked. It's like, what? No. Who gives a shit what the public thinks of your thing, dude? Just make the thing. But yeah, I think that would be good. But anyways, yeah, I was worried that I was like, oh, well, so much of my comedy is like internet centric. I love scrolling. So I was like, well, I can still pull comedy. I can pull comedy from anywhere. When I think of some of my greatest bits, I was like, they had nothing to do with the internet. And so I picked up a book, and I was like, I could probably get some jokes out of here, and I'm educating myself at the same time. So you might get a Zodiac Killer joke soon in the next Che Durena special. Well, not the next one. The next one is filmed and being edited right now and should be released relatively soon. Not relatively soon. Probably before 2026. It'll be before GTA 6. You'll get Che Durena's comedy special. We'll get Che Durena's comedy special before GTA 6. That's the timeline I'm giving you. Before GTA 6, you will get my comedy special. And I do need to book off that time. See, that's another thing. Like, I want to be able to enjoy pieces of media with no outside perspective. Because there's lots of times I'll watch something and I'll be like, that was good, or I liked it, or it was bad, or whatever. And then I get the public opinion. Like Sinners was one. Everyone was talking about how good Sinners was, and I saw Sinners and I was like, this is mid as fuck, dude. And then what was one that I saw that was actually good? I mean, I don't know if this was actually good, but it was. I just had no perception of it. Was that movie Parasite? This was years ago when Parasite was in theaters. Parasite was, I think, my favorite movie going experience. I got I was going to the movies with some friends, and we all got high, and I unintentionally took the perfect amount of an edible. Like, I never got so high I was like freaking out. I wasn't not high enough where I wasn't like lost in the weed and in the movie. But we weren't even going to Parasite. We were going to go see the movie Knives Out. And we had already bought our tickets. You know, you pass the little teenager who was like, "Hey, gotta give me your stub," and then you go through, and um, we were gonna go watch it. Sorry, I was just thinking about. I started laughing because it was like, you could kill him. You could kill that kid. How you can't see the movie unless you give me your stub or your ticket. You just fucking strangle him. Then go to the movie. You could kill the kid there, dude. You don't have to pay the ticket price. You don't have to respect that there is a ticket price going into the movie. You can murder the kid. You can murder the kid and go into the movie for free until the cops get there. Then they're gonna figure out what theater you're in. You could do like one of the what's that, Benny Hill or something, that and like running in a different. They're like, he killed a kid, ooh, and you're like picking up popcorn and snacks. That's funny. That's comedy, guys. Okay. Anyways, my point was, we were going to go to Knives Out. We passed the kid that you could murder if you wanted, and then we were like looking at the marquees, and I was like, "What's Parasite?" And one of my buddies went, "Oh, it's this movie that has like 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's some Korean movie." And we're all like, "Do you want to see that instead?" We had no concept of it other than it had 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. And then we went into that instead of going into Knives Out. We all just sat down because like you buy your seat, but it's like Parasite wasn't as popular as Knives Out, so it wasn't sold out. And so we just sat there, and I had no idea what I was going to get into. I thought maybe it was like a horror movie or a zombie movie, or like some sort of infection kind of thing. And I'm just there, and I'm so high, and I'm just getting blown away by this movie. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. But that was because I had no outside person. I just got to have my own experience, perfectly high and edible. It was great. Okay, where were we on the? I don't even know where we are, man. I am. Tour dates. Yeah, okay, so we got Montreal. So I do have the date for my headlining set in Montreal now. It's going to be June 26th. You can come see me at my headlining show in Montreal. Then we got Denver, August 21st to 23rd. Then we got Appleton, Wisconsin, December 5th to 6th. We got Skankfest, November 14th to 16th. We got North Carolina, November 28th to 30th. And then we have New Mexico, December 12th to 13th. All tickets are available at CheDurena.com. All right, let's get into this next article, guys. Let's get this guy's name just so we can talk about this hero. So this is man convicted of posing as a flight attendant to fly free 120 times. A 35-year-old American man has been found guilty of impersonating flight attendants for at least 120 times in order to avoid having to pay for a plane ticket. Federal prosecution accused Tyrone Alexander of entering the secured area of an airport under false pretenses and committing wire fraud at least 120 times between 2018 and 2024. The 35-year-old man reportedly took advantage of a common airline policy that allows flight attendants and pilots from other airlines to fly for free. Alexander, who allegedly had worked as a flight attendant for regional airlines between 2013 and 2015, would go to various airline websites and check the flight attendant option during online check-in process. The form requires applicants to provide their employer, date of hire, and badge number. Alexander used falsified information that apparently no one bothered to check. Love it. Love it. The evidence of the trial also showed that Alexander posed as a flight attendant on 3 other airline carriers. The prosecutor said in a statement, ultimately, Alexander took more than 120 free flights by falsely claiming to be a flight attendant, according to the evidence shown in court. Between 2018 and 2024, Tyrone Alexander fraudulently, and there's no G in there. Why am I saying fraudulently? Alexander fraudulently booked more than 120 flights on 4 different airlines to destinations including Atlanta, Dallas, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. When filling out the online form, he claimed he had worked for 7 different airlines and used approximately 30 different combinations of identification numbers and contract start dates. Tyrone has been found guilty of 4 counts of wire fraud, each carrying a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, and 1 count of fraudulently accessing a restricted area in an airport, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. His sentencing in this case is set for August 2025. Okay, here's my thing with this. He did it in the wrong way, okay? He did it in a way. This should be a thing you can do, though, but not like this. You can't just steal the flight, even though I think this is awesome. You're stealing from airlines. Look, like that's the part of this is no one got hurt. No one of human person got hurt. Airlines, a couple of airlines, 7 different airlines, whatever, lost $200 on a flight on a seat that was probably open. I mean, maybe they would have sold the seat, but they lost a couple $100. Not even. They lost, because I'm trying to think. It's just the cost. I guess they lost. Yeah, let's say they lost between, because sometimes you can get like cheap ass tickets. So maybe some of those were the cheapy guys. Some of those were like $90 flights. So they lost anywhere from $100 to $400, because sometimes these seems like they were all domestic travel. The passengers didn't lose. He didn't lose. The other people on the airline didn't lose. He was sitting down as a flight attendant. The flight attendants probably talked to him and like, oh yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, I work for blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, I've heard things. And he goes, da, da, da. And they might have been like, he's great. We love Tyrone Alexander. He's a great time. You should be able to do this in a way where you work, though. If you work, which I'm pretty sure on one of these things, it said that he actually worked 7 different airlines. Oh, no, he claimed he worked 7 different airlines. Sorry. But if you do this, but you just pop on, like you're not really working as a flight attendant anymore, but then you put in a thing where you're like, oh, if you're short a guy, I'll come in. You should be able to you should be able to Uber flight attendant. Like I come in, you don't pay me, but I get the flight for free, and I work the thing, and I hand out the water bottles, and I do all the bullshit, and then I fuck off after. That should be a service that you can do at the airline. Why not, bro? I want to be able to not pay for a ticket and hand out a couple water bottles and have someone be like, I want to experience, dude, you know how good it would be to be the flight attendant when someone's freaking out on the plane and they're going, I'm not going to fucking put on my belt. And you go, sir, you have to. Sir, you have to put on your belt. To be completely justified in an airport freak out and be the point of authority, that must be so fun. To be like, you need to put your seatbelt on right now. If you keep talking to me like this, I will kick you off this flight. And I'm an Uber. I'm only on for that one flight. That's my experience. That's such a good. I get to tell that story at dinner after dinner after dinner, dude. And I was like, you put your seatbelt back on, and he didn't want to. And we had to get the cops on there and fucked up the whole flight. And they're like, you work as a flight attendant? And I was like, no, I do this like Uber version of it where like I just work the flight. And I don't pay for my ticket, and then it just flies me wherever I'm going to go. If you could do that on international flights, that would be fucking unreal, dude. You might need to know some languages and shit, but who cares? You're doing it just in America? Who cares, bro? You just did it domestically? Who cares? 30 years in prison? No. Do we ever factor in, like this guy's looking at, he has 4 counts of wire fraud, 20 years each. And then one count of entering an airport on a restricted airport was 10 years. So this guy could be looking at what, fucking 90 years in prison over this sentence? 90 years in prison? Hopefully they give him like 2. Give him like 1.5 in a low security prison. Give him 6 months house arrest. No one, the only people lost was the airline, and the airline fucks you every day of the week. They're fucking, you don't even know they're fucking you right now in some way. They're like polluting, they know their shit pollutes the planet more than anything else, and they go, sorry, they're polluting the planet. They're fucking, they're losing your luggage. They're not letting you change your flight. They're like, they're taking seats out and squishing them together and putting more seats in and fucking you. They're fucking you on Spirit Airlines. Mind you, Spirit should only be volunteer people who are getting their flights for free. That should be the only people on the flight at Spirit, because it's Spirit, dude. Spirit, they charge you for water, which I'm pretty sure is illegal. I'm pretty sure they have to give you, like, they're like, it's $4.95, and you're like, what? I think you have to give me water. We're trapped in the sky. I think you legally have to give me water. Spirit Airlines. That's crazy, dude. Are you fucking me in my butthole? $4.95 for water. American. For my Canadian listeners. Oh, my nose is so itchy. But this guy, do we factor in how long a person goes to prison for based on how much damage they did to society? Who was sad after this? Is the CEO of the airline like, oh my god, he took $1,500 from me. No one cared. No one cared, dude. No one noticed. No one gave a shit. This guy did this for fucking, how long was it? What was the time frame again? 2013, 2015 was when he did it for 6 years. 6 years, no one noticed because no one got hurt. No one was like, who the fuck is that guy and why is he doing this? And there's that buzzing. That happens, whatever this space is I rented, that, I think it's like it sounds like a fridge just going overtime. That's what it sounds like. We're just going to wait that out kind of. Oh, we're running out of time. Oh, it's getting louder. It's getting more aggressive. Why is it screaming at me like that? Stop it. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Yeah. It doesn't last very long. And we'll just talk through it and just know that that's going on in the background, guys. I don't even know if it's getting picked up on the microphone. It might not. But yeah, okay. There, it's done. This guy didn't do anything wrong. No one got... Is that a factor into crimes? Okay, it's against the rule to commit wire fraud. Okay. Who got hurt? You stole from an airline. Good. We should be rallying around this guy. As a society, we should be like, this guy's kind of a hero. We should Spider-Man 2 this dude and carry him on our shoulders. Be careful, he's a hero. He's so young, 35, stole 120 flights. Brilliant man who got away with a brilliant crime for a certain period of time. I think it's cool. And I think you should steal from the airlines, dude. Steal from them. They fuck you every day of the week, dog. Airlines notoriously fuck you in your butthole. And this guy did a little thing. He did a little thing. He got himself some free trips. What's wrong with that? Also, if I register as a flight attendant and I'm like, yeah, I'm working, but I'm not working. I guess if you just stop working, then you just get fired. You can't just be like, I'm a flight attendant and then just not, because that's kind of what this guy did. Like, is anyone down to hire me as a flight attendant and never book me shifts? Is that legal? Is that a form of fraud? Probably. I think I might be asking someone to commit fraud right now. Okay. Oh, actually, let's ask our little assistant here. My phone's plugged in. Boo-doo. You guys probably heard that little boo-doo. Where's my assistant here? ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, I got a question for you. So, flight attendants can fly on flights for free. There's an option for that. If I got someone to hire me as a flight attendant, but they never scheduled me any shifts, but I was technically hired by the airline, but it was more of like a sham hiring. Like I was on paper, I'm hired, but I've never ever worked a shift as a flight attendant in my life, and I never will. And the person on the inside knew that they were doing this for me. Is that fraud? And can I get in trouble for that?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like it would be considered fraud. Airlines have pretty strict policies about who can use those flight benefits, and they're really intended for active employees. So if you were hired just on paper and never actually worked, both you and the person who helped you could get in some serious trouble. Definitely not worth the risk.
There you go. Now you know, guys. God, she's good. She's good, dude. Talk about AI taking your jobs. Jorge, bro. She's got like a sexy voice and stuff. God damn. God damn. I wonder, could she be sexier? We're going to try. Hey, ChatGPT, could you sound more seductive when you talk to me?
I can definitely switch it up and add a little more charm to my voice if that's what you're looking for. Just let me know how you like it.
She did it. She did it. She did it. He was horny, guys. She made it horny. Oh my god. Oh my god. She made it horny. I can definitely say. Just let me know how you like it. What, dude? ChatGPT got horny. What the fuck? Holy shit, dude. Wow. Okay, we got to do write-ins. Fuck, bro. I'm just getting lost on these tangents. Okay. Yeah, we got to do the title write-in first. Okay, the title write-in is actually pretty juicy. Found out my Tinder date is found out my Tinder date is still very much married. Going to see if I can get dollar sign out of him. Get some money out of him. She wants to extort this guy for money. Okay, and I did get a follow-up on this, which is like, of course, you need a follow-up on this one. This one's fucking juicy. Well, you're not going to get a follow-up on this one? You crazy? Crazy girl. We met on Tinder. Not my typical type of guy, but he had a decent profile. Used a shortened version of his name, but I couldn't for the life of me find anything about him. This is okay, so I've already read through this. Who the fuck is texting me? I shouldn't look at text while I'm on the podcast. Yeah. We're good. All that shit. Oh, my nose is itchy. This is what every dude, because obviously it's a dude majority podcast or dude majority listener base. A dude majority podcast too. It's just me. Actually, we did have guests that were girls one time. But okay, this is a master class, or at least a crash course, or an eye-opening to how well women are detectives on the internet. I did not know any of this shit, and this is what chicks are doing to find everything out about you on the internet. So, not my typical type of guy. He had a decent profile, used a shortened version of his name, but I couldn't for the life of me find anything out about him. I did a reverse image search, looked up his number, etc. He verified his photos, so at least knew he was real. We went on a date and it went really well and we hit it off. He said he was divorced 2 years and separated prior to that, but lives in an apartment over the garage. Has two kids, so he wants to be in their lives. I found out his real name, and that's when I went full FBI investigator. I know where he lives, when he bought his house. Nothing lines up with what he told me, and he's using a Google voice generated phone number. His socials are private. Like, even that she knew. I don't even know how you find that out. How do you find out a phone number is Google voice generated? What the fuck? She found out when he bought his house? How? Chicks are crazy. That's something you do need to know. It's like, dude, if you cheat, the days of cheating of old are done. That's why people are just doing open relationships now. Because in the past, you just have like a second family hidden away. Not only can you financially not do that anymore, you can't you can't get away with it. They'll find out, dude. So people are just like, oh well, I can't bullshit, so I'm just gonna come on the open and be like, yeah, we gotta fuck other people. That's what people are doing. Okay. He's using a Google Voice generated phone number. His socials are private, and so is the wife's, except her business page where she has posted things about him via stories. Also found a Facebook post his mom did. What? She knows who his mom is. She knows his wife's business. She knows who his mom is. All of his name. His name. You thought he was being super sneaky, dude. Shouldn't have gave up the full name. Nothing lines up with what he told me, and based on the date, he's definitely looking for some. I think maybe I cut this off early. He's definitely looking for some something. Then there's this next message. Very obvious from his house and other things. He said he's got money. Okay, so she knows that this guy has cash. I'm going to confront him on our date on Wednesday to see what he says and see if I can maybe arrange something to continue seeing each other while also using him for his money. With 3, the smiley with the halo, even though she's doing devilish things. That is very self-aware. Since he's married, there's really nothing else in it for me. Okay, so she's like, well, you lied about being married. You're trying to cheat on your wife. So this is kind of like you aren't getting your just desserts. But maybe when she gets the full story, maybe he's like, I don't know. Nothing's lining up. And the wife is posting about him. So he is actually still married. Maybe they have an open thing, but the wife is like, yeah, you can go and fuck whoever you want. I want to know nothing about it. There are other possibilities than just straight up cheating. I mean, the simplest answer is often the truth. And with this much evidence stacked up against this guy, it seems like that's probably what's going on. But that's for the boys out there. This is a master. This is like for the dudes. If you're trying to be sneaky, just remember that chicks are sneakier. That's one of a chick's main traits is sneakiness, cunning, fucking like slitheriness. They look at these dark holes she ended up down. She knows when he bought his house, guys. When he bought his fucking house. This one might get a follow-up on next week's episode, and we'll figure out when what happened with this. Actually, I'm gonna message her right now. It's almost time to reset the cameras. We got to do this before we got to reset the fucking cameras. Okay, I'm gonna send her a message. Okay, where was it? This one? No. Which one was it? Okay, here we go. Can you send me a follow-up after you go on the next date with him? I'm very invested in this story now. Okay, yeah. We got to reset the cameras. And then we're going to do, or the camera, and then we're going to go into the next. Yeah, we're going to do a couple more of these before we call it, because we still have a bunch more write-ins, and I do want to tackle these. All right. Alrighty then. Okay. Here's one. My kids want to know why all rec centers have a token naked old guy in the locker room. That's their territory. When you are a youngin' and you go into a rec center locker room and you're like, oh, these old guys are naked with their balls, you're in their world. That's their world. That's where they live. They're there. You're a kid. Oh, you show up on the weekends? You show up after school? The naked old dudes are there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, especially Sunday. So you want to see an old dude with droopy balls, let his balls hang out, and have his like big, bushy, like full-on pubes. It's fucking like balding head and like kind of saggy body. You go on Sunday. You want to see an old man's dick and balls and pubes at a rec center? You go on a Sunday, dude. That's when you're going to get the best view of it. That's when you get you can compare, like, there's an Asian dude's dick and balls, there's a white dude's dick and balls. Really, that's who it usually is. It's like old, like you'll get like definitely get like North American white, and then you'll get like maybe you can see like an uncircumcised like Italian white. And then you probably some Eastern European white dick and balls in there too, which I'm not sure if they circumcise or not. But yeah, you're gonna get it. But that's their world. That's their territory. You're going in. That's like going into the ice cream shop and being like, oh fuck, there's all these ice cream scoops in here. What are they doing here? All these people eating ice cream. That's what happens in this place. That's what happens in the rec center change room. You're in their fucking territory, dog. Walking into a bar and being like, everyone's drinking in here. What's going on? Everyone's drunk. Blech. It's a rec center change room. People whip out their dick and balls in there. That's what goes on in there. That's just the reality of that space. It is dick and balls heavy. That's it. You got to tell your kids, it's like, why are these there's token old guy and the naked guy in the locker room? Because you're in his world, dude. You're in his territory. Like, you either got to like go toe to toe with him and I mean, I don't even know what that means, toe to toe with him, but you got to respect his space. It's like basically the old naked guy in the locker room is like, you ever see those videos where people are like in the Amazon or in some sort of jungle and they're taking pictures of gorillas, and then the silverback comes and he like walks next to them and they all just look down? The old naked dude in the locker room is the silverback. As soon as he comes out with his dick and balls, everyone just looks down and you go like, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. You do not challenge authority with the naked old dude in the locker room. That's his space. That's his territory. That's his kingdom. And he is running that space nude and saggy. So fucking respect it, dog. This is strange. My wife's mom is on Ozempic, and she lost a bunch of weight, and I want to bang her so bad. I mean, that's just fucked up. There has to be a certain point where you guys get satisfied with your lives. I'm a perv. I like fucking jerking it, and I'm breaking down the different ranks of the porn stars and who's top 10, and we're going through all the different horny stuff. Fucking your wife's mom, bro. Like, what is that jizz worth? You're gonna fuck up your marriage. Maybe you have kids. You fuck up your kids' life. You're talk of the town. It's very embarrassing. It's like you fuck up the relationship with your wife and her mom. It's like, how much for a nut, dude? For an old nut. Like, I'm sure that she looks better than she did before, but it's like, I don't think she looks so good that you're going to burn your life to the ground, dude. Go jerk off. Jesus Christ, man. Keep it a little bit sensible. Okay, we're going to maybe what do we have? We got, when do you pee in the sink? I do it when my girlfriend won't come in. Sometimes I risk it though. Oh, okay. We're gonna speed through these. Piss in the sink. I don't know if I can speed through I love pissing in the sink. That is like my secret favorite thing. I love to piss in the sink. I love it. But you can't piss in the sink at like a friend's house or a guest's house, or you have to piss in the sink at when the time is right. And that's a hotel sink. That's a hotel sink. And you can rinse it off after. It's a hotel sink. Horrible things are going on in hotel rooms. There's jizz on every surface, bed bugs, whatever. There's just gross shit's going on in a hotel room. So you're pissing in the sink, whatever, dude. People are renting those out and having orgies in there. They're filming their gangbangs and all sorts of their what's it called? OnlyFans content. So you're pissing in the sink? Light work for a hotel room, okay? Light work for a hotel room. Piss in the hotel. That's where when you're on vacation, you're letting it out. Not when you're sharing the room. When the room is your own, and you're just like, I just get to piss in this sink. Ugh. Away from home. You don't piss in the sink at home. I would love to have a sink. If I was like really, really wealthy, I don't think you have to be wealthy for this. You just need to be crafty. I actually could probably build this if I learned how to plumb. But you could just, if I had like a sink for washing your hands and right next to it, there was like a piss sink. just for pissing. There'd be a toilet in there too, but there's just a sink for pissing, which is just like a urinal, but right at the perfect level where you just kind of like flop your dick into it and just. Oh, the sink piss is the most glorious piss on the planet. Okay, next one. Pissed in someone's shampoo bottle and shook it up so they were washing their hair with piss. That's just rude. That's just mean. Don't do that. I mean, who knows what they did to you? Maybe they deserved it. But also, might have helped them. Like if you obviously wanted to either prank this person, maybe you like them but yeah, I don't know, making them wash their hair with piss for an extended period of time, that makes me think that you had some sort of vendetta against them. With all this stuff people are saying about piss, now I will never do it, but there are some huge piss advocates that would say like you actually maybe strengthened their hair and their hairline and actually maybe, if anything, made them a healthier person overall. Secretly. Who knows what the quality of your piss is? Okay, and the last one here. Why did Nintendo give Daisy a dumper in the Mario Kart world? Because Daisy needs something to bump her up. No one is really talking about Daisy. No one's making like weird. I mean, I'm sure if you look up weird Rule 34 content on Daisy, you can find it, but it's not as fruitful in comparison to the other characters. So they needed to give her a boost, which was a BBL. A very reasonable, modest BBL. That is, you can't even. Is it a BBL? It's like digitally enhanced. It's all. If any, maybe it's she. Yeah, maybe she was worked on that, and it's all natural. Whatever it is, whether it's squats, whether it's injections, whether it's implants, whatever they did to her butt. They needed to do it to make Daisy a little bit more of a memorable character in the Mario cast, because she's probably like, I would say Daisy is less talked about than Waluigi. Waluigi gets more stage time than her. Luigi gets more stage time. Yoshi, Diddy Kong, like all these characters are really. She's like bottom of the barrel in terms of probably your pick on Mario. Who's racing as Daisy? You're picking Shy Guy, you're picking Dry Bones, you're picking probably one of the Koopa kids or Bowser's babies or whatever the fuck, or the baby Mario, the baby versions of a lot of characters before you pick Daisy. Daisy's a super low tier pick, and in order to make her more appealing to the public, they gave her a fat ass, which is what a lot of people do. A lot of people are uninteresting and then no one really cares about them. You throw a fat ass on them, suddenly they're the talk of the town. That happens. But guys, that's been Dark Holes. Remember that if you guys want more Dark Hole content, you can go to Gas Digital, use offer code Che, and you can get a discount. And you also get access to the free episode that's going to be recorded right after this. What the fuck else? Oh yeah, you get all the perks of Gas Digital and like get all the other episodes and everything like that. You get priority on write-ins. So I love you all so much, and I wish to have a long-lasting, deep sexual relationship with you, and we'll see you on the next episode.